Good morning. I'm like partially ready for the day, but not quite. Like I've done my makeup, I've sort of brushed my hair, but I haven't actually styled it. And I'm still in pajamas and a bathrobe. So I will get dressed soon. I thought I'd start this video because I want to have my breakfast now. I'm really hungry. I'm going to show you what I eat in a day. And today I'm actually still in my reverse diet. So I'm coming out of those low calories that I was in. I ended up losing 15 kilos over the last 4 months, which is a lot of weight. It's very fast, but my coach and I, we decided like, we had done like a recovery protocol first. Everything was in a good place to go. And we were like, let's just make it happen fast. Because unfortunately the reality of my job is part of it is based off how I look. But anyway, so physique changes were somewhere near the top of my priority list. Oh, I feel like my voice is so husky. I have not spoken out loud yet today. So my calories aren't at maintenance yet because I still lost another 700 grams over the last week. What we're doing is slowly building them back up. And the reason that we slowly build them back up after we do a deficit, because if we just pull them straight back up to maintenance, your body is going to be in like a really sensitive place when it comes to insulin, when it comes to your sugars, and it's going to want to rapidly regain what it lost just to restore homeostasis. It's a very normal part. It's a very normal reaction from the body. So what we do instead is we slowly bring the calories back up. You've probably heard of reverse dieting. I feel like people were talking about it a little while ago on like TikTok. It became a bit of a trend for a while there, but it's really only useful if you have done a deficit for a prolonged period of time, and then we're working our way back out of that deficit. So the first meal that I'm going to have is my normal chicken and rice because I've got a couple of client calls this morning, and then I'm going to go to the gym. So it's just 2 client calls. So I'm going to eat my breakfast now, have my client calls, and then we will get ready for the gym. If you don't know how I cook this meal, you can watch almost any vlog over the last couple of months and you'll see me making it. It's chicken, potato, onion, carrot, and I cook that in a big pan, and then I add water and I add the SNB golden curry sauce, which is like a Japanese style golden curry sauce. And then I've got this rice which I've prepped. I don't fill the whole container when I prep. I just prep like 3, sometimes 4 days in a row. I usually prefer to just do 3. Just having half a cup of rice at the moment. But the reason I like to prep the rice is because 1, it's more convenient, and then 2, it actually increases the resistant starch in the rice. Resistant starch is really, really important for supporting a healthy gut microbiome. It acts like good bacteria, and it's also super anti-inflammatory, which is great because the type of training that I do really increases my inflammation levels. Okay, I'm actually just going to microwave this. Now, I just want to take a second to thank today's video sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or you're managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create beautiful websites, engage with your audience, and sell anything. They have Fluid Engine, which is a next-generation website design system to unlock your creativity. You can start with these incredible website templates and customize every single detail. You can use their built-in analytics and insights to grow your business, set up an online store to sell your products, whether they're physical, digital, or service, and accept appointments on your Squarespace website. But don't just take my word for it. Jump in, start a free trial, see how it feels for you, and when you're ready to hit publish, you can use the URL which I had on the screen or I have down in the description box for a discount off your first purchase. Did used to have oatmeal every day for breakfast, and I had that almost every single day for breakfast for about 6 years. And then it just got to the point where I tried having this meal for breakfast, and I just preferred it because the white rice was so much easier to digest before training, and I felt an increase in my performance. Like there was less food sitting in my gut, which was great, so I was able to push a little bit harder. At the moment, I'm just really enjoying this meal before training. Like I feel a lot better training off this meal rather than off oatmeal. Like if I'm going to eat oatmeal, I'll have it after the gym now, or just like at another point in time in the day. And I can't remember how I got into the pattern of eating this for breakfast. I think one day I just like had it and reheated it, and I've had it almost every day since then for like the last 10 or 11 months, with some of the exceptions being sometimes when I've been training later in the day, like when I was getting really, really close to the end of my deficit, my energy was low, so I was training later in the day. So I would have my lower carb meals in the morning, like an omelette or something like that, and then I would have this before or after the gym. This is always such a funny angle, but I feel like when I put the camera on my bench, it's too low. The dress looks good. I'm gonna make my pre-workout drink now and get ready for the gym. So I've got to get changed. I'm just gonna wear a bodysuit and a jumper. It's kind of cold today. I've got this Ammo EAA and BCAA. I'm gonna have 1 scoop of this. I've got my creatine, which I have every day, training day or not. I just have it every day. And I've got some Hydrolyte. I'll use 2 or 3 of these depending on what I feel like. And also, because it's been nearly 3 hours since I had my breakfast, I would either have like banana or some little like carby snack, because on my training days, my carbs are a little bit higher. But I don't have any bananas, I'm all out. I've got to go to the shop after I go to the gym, but I do have some creamed honey. So I'm just gonna put that on a scale, and I'm gonna have like a tablespoon and a half or so of this, just to have a little bit of extra glycogen before I go and hit the gym. Because yes, I've had a meal and that's gonna be good fuel, but it's just, for me personally, I know I need something little now, just because it's been a little too long since that meal.
I'll just go through. Door.
I felt like something tasty after the gym, and this fit into my macros. So I'm using a pita bread, and I'm just gonna make like a little pizza with it. So I've got a garlic based pizza sauce, and then I'm going to put some basil on there. I've got some turkey breast, which I'm going to use, and then I'm also going to top it with some capsicum and some rocket, and I'm using a low fat mozzarella just because my fats are still a little bit low at the moment. So I'm going for like the low fat cheeses and things like that, and when my fats are a bit higher, obviously I will change that, but this works for now. I do find with this sort of cheese though, you have to cook it a little bit longer, so about 180 Celsius for about 14 minutes. I'm on such a time crunch right now, and this, I shouldn't even be filming. Literally, I've got like 7 minutes until my next call. So I trained, and then I had some work to do with the computer. I'm on some client calls this evening. So I just had a discovery call with a potential new client. Now I've got a call with one of my VIP clients, and then I have an accountability group call with whichever girls want to show up for it. This is literally why I meal prep. So the meal that I have now, it's just a meal with like beef, mushrooms, green beans, and like some stroganoff sauce and stuff like that. I'll show you how I make it in a minute. If you have busy days like this is why it is so important to make sure you are prepared and make sure you are organized, because I'm so hungry now after getting off that call and after doing that block of work. It's been, when did I eat last? About 3.5 hours ago. Also, look at this. These are all just like squishy things that I use, like, I guess for stimming when I'm on a call. Which one do I want to use? There's this cute little, what are you? It's a rabbit. We are going to take this guy onto the next calls. This dish is super, super easy. It's one of my more like lower carb meals. I'm meant to have a different meal now with chicken and sweet potato, but I've just swapped them. I'm gonna have the chicken and the sweet potato for dinner because I will have more time after the calls. I literally only have a couple of minutes now. So I'm gonna pop it in the microwave, and then I will show you how I make this meal. I feel like this is the meal that I say looks like dog food, because it really does. But yeah, that's what we got. Simple, and I'm gonna quickly eat this before I have to jump onto my next call. All right, it's dinner time now. I'm aware that some of you are going to think this meal is gross. I don't care. Already cooked up some sweet potato. Basically what I do is I buy like the smaller sweet potatoes, and because I'm aiming for like a smaller portion, like when my portions increase, I'll get the big ones, but smaller sweet potato, cut it in half like lengthways, and then cut each half in half. So essentially you're just quartering it. And then I put a little bit of like avocado oil and salt on, and I chuck it in the oven and I cook it. It takes a little bit of time. It takes like 40 minutes or something, because I usually cook like 2 whole sweet potatoes chopped up. So this is the last of my meal prepped sweet potatoes. I heat this up in the microwave, and then I bought some pre-cooked like deli chicken. Like it's roasted chicken breast. It's not like the super processed kind. It's just like cooked chicken that's been cut. Is it the perfect? No, like perfect world, I'd be cooking my own chicken from scratch. Whatever, it doesn't matter. This is going to be a little bit higher in sodium, but that's okay considering how much exercise I have done today, because I have trained at the gym and I've ended up walking a total of like 15 kilometers, which is crazy. So I've got my scales, so I'm going to weigh my chicken. I don't heat the chicken up, I have it cold, but I'm gonna heat up the sweet potato, and I've got this Gravox chip gravy. I like to use a little bit of this on top just for some flavor, and then on the side to add in some fiber, I have a veggie mix, and I'll put a heap of that on the plate. Like you'll see that in a second, and it's basically just a way to like bulk out my evening meal so that I'm not like snacky or hungry afterwards, because I'm gonna wash my hair after this, and that's gonna take a little bit of time. But yeah, okay, let me assemble this. Getting so good at eyeballing. I'm not gonna put any dressing on the salad because I know this sounds weird, but I just never eat salad dressing. I don't know what it is. I would rather just eat the plain vegetables than have anything on it. I will put some like salt on it though. Like this is what I was saying. I feel like so many people are gonna be like, what the hell is this meal, Rachel? Like you are disgusting. But this is just one of those things. It's like, it's got my protein, it's got my carbs, it's got my fiber. It's nearly 9 o'clock at night. It took me 2 minutes to put it together. So it works for me. I swear, since I did this last episode, I have ended up with like the strangest food combinations in like my meals. They have just become so basic. But that's okay. Like it is what it is. Okay, here is my dinner meal. Basic, but there we go. Okay, and that's the end of my day. This is a pretty typical what I would eat on a training day. At the moment, we are going to continue to increase my calories though, because I don't want them this low. It's not ideal for mood, energy, training, all of that sort of thing. This is also one of those weeks that's so busy that I know if I try to make really overcomplicated meals, I'm going to burn out. Like there is only so much capacity that I have in a week. So that's why I use things like the pre-cooked chicken and relying heavily on meal prep. I always have some kind of meal prep hanging around anyway. Toast, come here. Come here. Come on. What are you meowing about? I don't know if this video has even been long enough, but there we go. Anyway, I will catch you guys in the next upload. Oh, and you know what? By the way, I still haven't painted my bathroom. So maybe in another vlog, we can do that.